Lauren Sánchez Bezos loves a suit. Not just any suit. Not the quiet corporate kind that blends into a boardroom and disappears under fluorescent lighting.
No.
Her suits are declarations. They arrive before she does. Crimson, fur-collared, fringed, sculpted, fitted like armor, tailored like a mission statement. And in the ever-watchful world of Hollywood power and billionaire spectacle, her wardrobe does not whisper. It speaks. Tonight, we are not just talking about fashion. We are talking about transformation, about reinvention, about the woman who stepped out of television studios and into one of the most scrutinized relationships of the modern era. About love, headlines, controversy, and couture. This is not gossip. This is a cultural moment stitched in silk and strategy. And yes, we're going there.
Before the yachts.
Before the galas. Before the global spotlight intensified to an almost cinematic glow, Lauren Sánchez was known for something else. She was a journalist, a pilot, a television personality with drive and ambition. She understood cameras. She understood narrative. She understood that presence is power. Those early years in media shaped her public posture. She was comfortable speaking, comfortable leading, comfortable being seen. But nothing prepares you for the storm that follows when your name becomes linked to one of the wealthiest men in the world. When news first broke that Jeff Bezos and his longtime wife would divorce, the headlines exploded. Speculation ran wild across media outlets. Every timeline was examined. Every social appearance revisited. Social media intensified the scrutiny. It became less about business and more about narrative. Less about corporations and more about personal lives. And right at the center of it stood Lauren Sánchez. The internet does what it does. It questions.
It critiques.
It constructs stories. Some fair. Some exaggerated. Many incomplete. And yet amid the noise, something striking happened. She did not hide. Instead, she appeared. At events. At premieres. At global gatherings. On yachts gliding through Mediterranean waters. On red carpets illuminated by photographers calling her name. But what stood out most were the suits. The crimson suit.
Bold.
Almost cinematic in hue. The kind of red that suggests power and poise rather than softness. The fur-collared coat layered like a modern empress stepping into winter. The fringe design that swayed with each step as cameras flashed. These were not random outfit choices. These were carefully curated signals. In Hollywood, wardrobe has always told a story. Think of classic film icons stepping out in tailored silhouettes to announce dominance in a male-driven industry. Think of music stars rebranding with wardrobe shifts that signal a new era. Clothing becomes communication. And Lauren Sánchez seemed to understand that perfectly. She was not dressing quietly. She was dressing intentionally. The relationship with Jeff Bezos evolved in public view. Vacations became front-page material. Philanthropic announcements were scrutinized. Engagement rumors surfaced. Appearances at international events became analyzed frame by frame. And through it all, the suits remained a constant theme.
Why suits?
Perhaps because a suit represents authority. It blurs the line between glamour and command. It nods to business. It nods to ambition. It suggests partnership rather than ornament. And in a relationship defined not just by romance, but by extraordinary wealth and global influence, symbolism matters. There were critics. There always are. Conversations about timing. Conversations about perception. Conversations about private texts becoming public evidence in one of the most high-profile modern divorce sagas. The media dissected every angle. And in that environment, some would have chosen retreat. She did not. She leaned in. The images tell the story. Walking confidently beside Bezos at global summits. Engaging with philanthropists. Supporting aerospace initiatives. Speaking about aviation and space exploration. Her background as a pilot became part of the narrative. Suddenly, this was not merely a romance. It was a partnership aligned with ambition and innovation. In Hollywood circles, perception shifts quickly. The same social landscape that questions you can later celebrate you. The same tabloids that speculate can later admire. Time softens controversy. Consistency reframes identity. And Lauren Sánchez built consistency. She showcased her work in aviation. She spoke about environmental causes. She participated in public discussions about philanthropy. She appeared not just as a companion, but as an active presence. Still, the glamour never faded. If anything, it intensified. Gala evenings in sculpted couture, carefully styled hair, and bold silhouettes. A luxury aesthetic that blended Beverly Hills polish with global jet-set energy. Observers began to notice something else. Confidence. The kind that grows when a person stops trying to answer every headline. The kind that stabilizes when identity becomes internally defined rather than externally debated. It would be easy to reduce her story to a single chapter, the beginning of a high-profile relationship. But that oversimplifies reality. Her professional life spans decades. Newsrooms, hosting roles, entrepreneurial ventures, aviation training, aerial filming initiatives. The red carpets arrived later, but the ambition was long established. Hollywood loves reinvention stories. We celebrate actors who transform roles, singers who evolve eras, entrepreneurs who pivot industries. The public narrative around Lauren Sánchez reflects that pattern. From broadcaster to businesswoman, from local visibility to global stage. The bond between Lauren Sánchez Bezos and the fashion world is growing stronger, and during Couture Week in Paris, the journalist, entrepreneur, and wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos certainly did not leave her front row seat vacant. From Schiaparelli, which opened the spring-summer 2026 schedule, to Christian Dior, which marked Jonathan Anderson's debut in the world of haute couture, Sánchez Bezos was present at some of the most anticipated shows. She smiled for the photographers, wearing different looks with one common thread. All three were suits. In fitted jacket and pencil skirt, Mrs. Bezos focused on a great wardrobe classic. The first was a fiery red skirt suit by Schiaparelli with an artistic, sculptural touch, perfectly in line with the style of the house's creative director Daniel Roseberry. She paired the suit with a handbag with details forming a trompe-l'oeil face and a pair of red 5-inch pumps to create the total look. The second version was in shades of gray. Chosen for Dior's haute couture show, this outfit consisting of a waist-hugging jacket and a pencil skirt is an archival piece that comes straight from the Parisian fashion house's fall-winter 1998. Adding to the richness of the ensemble is a voluminous silver fur collar once again. Sánchez Bezos chose her shoes to match the outfit that hugs the neckline and runs to the hemline. A collection when John Galliano was in charge of creative direction.